Hello, quantitative reasoning students. Today we're going to talk about temperature conversions. To do that, we understand the three different temperature scales. First, there is the Fahrenheit scale, which is the one typically used here in America. It's the one you're familiar with, where you talk about what temperature is it outside. The problem with that scale is it's kind of random, some of the things, like the freezing point of water being 32 degrees. Like, what's the point of that? And the boiling point of water, 212 degrees. That doesn't necessarily make sense. If you're curious, the highest temperature ever recorded right there, 134 degrees. That was in Death Valley, California. That was about 45 minutes from where I lived in Las Vegas. So, kind of cool. Anyway, the second scale is the Celsius scale, which is used by about 98% of the world, minus the Americans and the British. And the reason that most of the world uses the Celsius scale is because the numbers have a little bit more of a pattern. For example, the freezing point of water is at 0, and the boiling point of water is 100. How convenient. So essentially this scale is based off of the freezing and boiling points of the most abundant substance on Earth, water. So that's what that scale was created for. And then there's the scientists who use the Kelvin scale, and the purpose of the Kelvin scale is all about this bottom number here, absolute 0. All right? Now, on the Fahrenheit scale, the lowest something can get is negative 460. On the Celsius scale, the lowest you can get is negative 273. On the Kelvin scale, the lowest you get is 0. Hence the name absolute 0. And then the highest it goes on the Kelvin scale for boiling point of water, is 373.15. So some awkward numbers there because you get some decimals, but again, that one's basically only used by scientists, not by pretty much anyone else. Alright, so let's look at some examples of converting using these formulas. And again, if you go back, there is a list of formulas there on the left-hand side of changing between these things. And we're going to practice one of each. Alright, so let's say that we know that the temperature outside is 38 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what we're going to start with. Starting here, 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright? And we want to convert that to Celsius. I want to know what that scale would be. So what we're going to do is plug that 38 degrees Fahrenheit into the formula right there. So that's going to give us 5 over 9, and then times 38 minus 32. Alright, if I'm doing that, parentheses first, that's going to be 5 over 9 times 6. And I'm going to get my calculator out for that work. And I'm going to get an answer of 3.3 repeating. Now, I believe in the work today, you're going to be asked to round to the nearest whole number. So let's round that up to, or down to 3 degrees Celsius. There's our answer. Now, what if we want to switch the other direction? You're in Europe, and they say that it's 50 degrees Celsius outside, and you don't know what clothes to wear. You want to know, is that cold, hot? Should I wear a jacket? Should I wear a swimsuit? Because again, you're normally used to Fahrenheit, so you want to switch it back to Fahrenheit where you understand the number system. So we're going to use 9 over 5, and then times the Fahrenheit, or the Celsius temperature, and then we're going to add 32. Again, so order of operations, I'll have to do the 9 over 5 times 50 first, should be 90, and then I'm going to add 32 to, holy crap, that's hot. I would definitely want to stay inside. I wouldn't even want to be outside on that temperature. So again, that'd be important information to know. But if it just says 50 Celsius, and you're thinking 50 Fahrenheit, you might not wear the right clothes. Alright, now the Kelvin. It's a little easier conversion, so we're going to do these ones together real quick. So let's say that you are looking at something that's 20 degrees Celsius, and you want to convert it to Kelvin. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to take this 20, you're going to plug it in right there where the C is to find the Kelvin. So that's 20 plus 273.15. That's a pretty easy thing to do. You just add 20 to 273.15. And again, if we're rounding to the nearest whole number, we're going to call that 293 degrees Kelvin. Alright, next one, same idea. If we're switching from Kelvin back to Celsius, we take this number we know, plug it into the formula. Alright, so to find C, we would then take 100 minus 273.15, which would give us an answer of negative 173.15. for the nearest whole number, negative 173. Kolb. So again, the formulas are relatively simple to use. It's just more of a matter of figuring out which formula are you going to use in which problem. All right, you know how to get a hold of me if you need help. Good luck.